Hey guys, welcome into day 19 of Veganuary. I'm coming to you live from Planet Fitness again. And the tip that I want to give you guys today is all about mindful eating. So what does that mean, right? So a lot of you who have taken this pledge this month are being really mindful about the type of food that you're putting into your body, which is really, really important because what we eat is very important for our health. But if you're really looking to achieve big health goals and fitness goals even, then what you're eating is just a small part of the equation. And the other part of the equation that's really important to consider is how you're eating. And what that means, more specifically, who are you being when you're eating? So I know that may be like a weird concept for most of you. Like, what do you mean, who am I being when I'm eating? So who are you being when you're eating? Are you really hungry when you're eating, or are you just eating because it's noon and you're mentally programmed that at noon I eat lunch and it's time to eat? Or are you eating or overeating beyond the energy needs of your body? Are you eating too much food for your body's actual energy needs? So the tip I want to give you guys today to help be more mindful when you're eating is to pay more attention to the concept of honoring hunger and fullness. And I talk to my clients about this all the time. So if I have clients that are watching, give me a thumbs up and a heart because you've heard this before. But what I like to say is when it comes to honoring hunger, it's almost like if you had a scale and you were paying attention to your body, what are your body's signals that start to happen when you're hungry? Really tune in. Is it your belly that starts to grumble? Do you start to feel a little lightheaded? Those are the signals that your body are giving to you, and that's your hunger scale is acting. So your body is telling you very gently that, hey, I'm getting hungry, and that's the point that we want to start planning for food. I like to say your hunger scale is kind of like the gas tank on your car. When you get into that red zone, when your gas light first comes on, you have about, depending on your car, maybe like 20, 30 more miles to go before you run out of gas. So you don't ever want to run out of gas because that's when we get to the hangry stage where the crazy starts to unleash and then we just eat anything and everything in sight, right? I think a lot of us can relate to that feeling. So we don't want to ever be running on fumes. So when you're tuning into your body and you start to feel those initial signs of hunger start to kick in, that's when we want to start planning for food. And I like to say if you're looking at a scale of 0 being like hangry, I'm going to eat everything, that's a 0, and 10 would be you're not hungry at all. We want to start planning for food when you're at about a 1 or a 2 on that hunger scale. So make sure you eat before you get to the 0, okay? So that's honoring hunger. And the second part of this, and more important, I think it's easier for people to honor hunger than it is for them to honor fullness. So what does that mean? So when I talked in the beginning of this video about how, some people just eat to eat because it's lunchtime and it's time to eat, or they're eating beyond the energy needs of their body. So if you're sitting there thinking, well, how do I know if I'm eating beyond the energy requirements or energy needs for my body? So the trick to doing this is to honor your fullness scale, which again is going to be like a 0 to 10 scale again. But what you want to do is you want to be more mindful and slow about how long you're eating your meal. And the reason this is important is because it takes 20 minutes for your brain to receive a signal from your stomach that you've had a meal. So a lot of us, though, are eating really fast. We're eating on the go, we're multitasking while we're eating in the car, we're eating in front of the TV, we're in front of our computers, we're on our phones. So we're eating super fast. And if we're eating in under 20 minutes, and if this has happened to you, it may have happened to you, where you have a meal and then 20 minutes later you're like, I'm still hungry. And now you're craving snacks or like binge food and desserts, all the food that you don't want to be eating. And the reason is because if you've eaten in under 20 minutes, then your brain is like, what do you mean? I didn't even have lunch. I didn't have dinner. Where's my meal? So if you can be more mindful while you're eating and try to stretch out that meal time to 20 minutes, this will allow you to be more in tune with your body when it's telling you that it's full. So when we think about that fullness scale, we want to stop eating when we've reached about a 7 on the fullness scale. And what that is going to be is about 70-75% full. So when you're eating slowly, you're going to start to feel those feelings of like, oh, okay, I think I'm getting full now. And that's when we want to stop. We want to be satiated, feeling energized, but not stuffed. Because if you go beyond that 7 on the fullness scale and you go to a 10, we all know this feeling, right? If you eat really fast and you eat all this food and then all of a sudden you can't move and you need to unbutton your pants and you just want to go take a nap. Thanksgiving, how many people have done this, right? Holidays. And it's really uncomfortable. We all hate that feeling. It's like, God, I wish I wouldn't have eaten so much food. So that happens a lot of times if we're eating too fast. So if you can slow down to 20 minutes, you're going to start to feel when your body is sending you signals of like, hey, I'm full now. So that way you can push away your meal, close that meal, make a gesture to say, I'm done, I'm full, I'm done eating. And that way you don't go beyond. So now you're honoring the amount of food that your body needs for energy and not going beyond that. So that's my tip today. It's a little bit more longer than some of my other videos, but it's all about honoring your personal hunger and fullness scales and really tuning in to what your body is telling you so you know when to start eating, planning for food, and when to stop eating. That's the most important part. So that's my tip for you guys today. Give me a thumbs up or a heart if you found this video to be informative. I see some comments in here. I want to see if I can read any of them. Michael, thanks for tuning in. You couldn't agree more. Jason, you just shared the video. Thank you. Joni, hey, you watch every time I do a video. That's really awesome. Thanks so much for watching and for commenting. So that's my tip for you guys today. Keep up the great work. Day 19, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 20 with another tip. Bye.